In this video, we'll be looking at how to find the mean and standard deviation of summary or interval data. Sometimes when we're given data, it's not given to us as just a big long list of numbers. Sometimes it's given to us in a summarized format. On the screen, we see data in this format. So what we have here are student test scores, but rather than the actual scores, what we're given is what interval they fall in. So what we can see here is that there were 2 scores that fell between 41 and 50. 7 scores that fell between 51 and 60, and so forth and so on. So we don't actually know what these 2 scores are that fell between 41 and 50 are. We just know they're somewhere in that interval. So maybe they're both 41s, maybe they're both 50s, or maybe they're somewhere in between. Now to compute the mean, we have to come up with some number that we think represents those 2 scores. And our best guess is going to be right in the middle of our interval. And that's going to be called our midpoint. And we'll find our midpoint by just averaging the 2 numbers that are at the endpoints of our interval. So 41 plus 50 divided by 2 gives us 45.5. Likewise, 51 plus 60 divided by 2 would be 55.5. 61 plus 70 divided by 2 would be 65.5, and so forth and so on. Now that we have the midpoints and frequencies, we can find the mean and standard deviation using our graphing calculator. So we'll go to our graphing calculator and hit the Stat button and select Edit. As you can see, I've typed the midpoints into L1 and the frequencies into L2. They don't necessarily have to go in this order because we'll tell the calculator where the midpoints and frequencies are, but this is the easy way to do it. So once we have our data in this format, we'll then hit the Stat button and go over to Calc and select one variable, Stats. Now, for those of you who have a menu here, L1 should be selected already for the list, and in the frequency list, we're going to put where we put the frequencies, and we put those in L2. So to select L2, we'll push the second key, and then the number 2, which will select L2 for us. We'll then go down 1 and hit Calculate. Now, if you don't have that menu option, you'll have to type L1 and L2 by hand. So what you'll get is it will just say one variable, Stats, and what you'll want to do is hit second and then the 1 key to select L1, and that says where the list of numbers is, or our midpoints, and then a comma, which is right above the 7, and then second and L2, and then hit Enter. And you'll get the same thing as those with the menu option. So once again, what we can see here is our mean and standard deviation. Our mean, we can see, is approximately 77.17, and our standard deviation is approximately 13. And so that's how we can find the mean and standard deviation of summary or interval data.